Hi guys, I am here with a story from the good old days. Um, I got a bunch, like 3 or 4 short stories, but I'm going to make them all into their own individual videos for you guys. It'll be short videos. The first one is by Millie, Rataj. I'll put the name in the description like always. And these are all true stories from the good old days, by the way. And this magazine is from May-June 2014. And this one is called Wedding Bell Bloopers. On November 20th, 1943, wedding bells rang with joy when my husband and I said our I-dos. Our wedding reception was held in our family's 8-room apartment in Chicago, Illinois. The day before the wedding, I had the joy of getting the flat ready for our reception and all our guests. One of the first tasks after cleaning was setting the tables. I started to remove the screws from the large dining room table in order to add a leaf. I assumed there were 4 more screws that held the large table together, but to my surprise it was held with only 1 screw. That don't sound right, does it? The whole oak table fell on my head, leaving a large laceration. I saw stars, I'd imagine. Even with ice applications, there was a lot of swelling and the beginnings of a bad headache. A trip to the doctor's office was recommended. The doctor assured me it was safe to travel and gave me some medication for the bruise. However, I had to change my hairstyle a little to adjust my veil in order to hide the damage done to my forehead. Only a few of us knew the reason behind the sudden hairstyle change. That evening, after the reception, all the wedding party and family drove the Chicago train station to see us off. Horns were blowing as Mr. and Mrs. Henry Rataj were now married and on their way to St. Louis, where my husband was a cadet. But then the military policeman at the station stopped us before we could board the train. All civilians and service personnel will have to travel in separate coaches, he said. What a disappointing surprise for the newlyweds. We reconciled ourselves to the fact that we would have to be separated on the train, but we would arrive at the same time in St. Louis. Then, as we were saying our goodbyes to everyone, the military policeman got in the line and said, "Congratulations, bride and groom. We were only fooling." Turns out Ed, the best man, had arranged this prank, which really had us upset for a while. And there's a little picture of him. I was just looking at the picture to see if I could see which one had the hairdo that would cover a bruise, and I can't tell. And it don't say which one's who, and it's got 4 brides here and 2 men. They must be maids of honor. You can't tell because the pictures are black and white, and you can't tell who's wearing white because the dresses all look white, but as you see, they all look like wedding dresses, and their hairs all look the same, hairdos. So I'm not sure which one's the bride, but I hope you guys enjoyed that wedding blooper story, and I hope you guys have a great night. Bye, guys.